poisonous animal here.
Somebody eat feces. You said this. You said, if you see somebody eating feces,
oh, I said that?
and you know that they eating feces, so you use another word. And you see that they eating feces, and you trying to talk them out of it because you know it's best, it's not good for them. If they want to keep eating that and they can't tell that that's feces, that's eating real food, let them keep eating. Let them keep eating. Oh,
Doing all that?
I couldn't care less. You know what you pull up. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm calling the 2/5 man, Lexington here. We just be building, you know what I'm saying? No matter what people gonna be eating physically and what they consuming informationally, you know what I'm saying? It's just adding up. No matter. Like if you get fed misinformation, like, right, this food is good for you, this food will make you strong, right? And you've been eating the wrong food since you was a little boy, when you were a big man, you're going to fit the devil because he's the one who told you how to eat like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about, I used to get in trouble in school for being smart too, you know? But I ain't so much getting in trouble and it's just, when you're around certain environments and you're producing certain vibrations, things are going to be,
you wanted to talk to that brother right there, didn't you?
I want to talk to that brother right there, Bruce Leroy.
I said, put him in the
gosh.
Man, put his ass on video, man. Yo, let me borrow them joints. My man came through with a 4-pack and a 2-liter. Nah, man, it's alright. We got to... We cool, man.
People do what they want to do. We don't have no problem with that. See,
right.
The other part of that food that we're talking about is that mental food.
Right.
See, and it's that mental food where we have a problem because we're not able to solve, like I said earlier, our economic social problem. Everybody that's claiming to be a moral and all of that, they're using everything else opposite of what was left behind for us to test the waters with. They're using whatever the patriarch gave them or whatever package some other brother gave them or some other group. But and when you bring up the issue of, well, have you used the Zodiac Constitution? Do you know anything about it? Or do you understand the legacy behind what Prophet Aliyah left and how long it's been on the books? It's being an ancient document. Have you took it and tested the waters with it regarding the birthright that it is told us that we do have through his oral statements and various different information that he left behind? And this is not being done. This is why we're having a problem with communication because there's no foundation that we all are banded together under that one rim for. You know what I'm saying? We all say we're all going to make our defenses on a clock of destiny. And then we pool together. And then not only do we pool together, but we fashion our material and our reading and our work along the same line. So the same results got to come out of each and every one of the paperwork that comes. But the most important part is having a very clear, concise, and clear statement behind what it is that we're arguing about before the court so that we can automatically get the relief that we're requesting. Not some idiotic argument or some cut and paste or something from somewhere else. But it's real. For example, it would be really clear. Let's say we were making the argument regarding Article 3 of the Zodiac Constitution, Moors referred to as Negroes can never become equal members nor citizens of the Union State Republic right order. That's a document that's in the Zodiac Constitution of the CSA that was copyrighted in 1952. But what's important behind that is this here. That's an actual fact. How is that an actual fact? Well, let's look at what took place in Ferguson. Let's look what's taking place in Missouri and Louisiana. I mean, in all of the other states. Now, prior to what just took place with this brother, Messiah Bey, we know our other unconscious Asiatics have been getting murdered by the system for the longest. But it was hard for us to have a platform. Although we are very angry about the situation, we don't have a platform.
Right.
Now, this unfortunate situation that just happened with Brother Bey, that gives us a platform that we can now just bring this thing to the forefront so that we can make a difference in our community. But the issue here is that is anybody using that material so that they can fully complete and and illustrate the fundamentals that was left behind in law and be effective. Have we gotten together some think tank body, critical thinking group that puts together various different parts of the material and that we all sit down and say, okay, well, we're going to fashion it and put it in this manner? No, this is where our problem is.
Right. Because everybody want to be a chief, but we're not Indian.
It's not
North America.
Right. It's not even about being a chief nor Indian. It's like you said, we're going to America. Sit down at the round table. There's no square table here, because when we got a square, there's a head and there's a tail. But we ain't dealing with a head nor a tail. We're dealing with the circle of 360 degrees of life. So that means,
like you had said though, you have to have the concept of that in order to apply it efficiently and productively. You need to have the proper concept.
Right.
You need to be aware of the legacy of the history. And so, you know, I'm part of that problem because, because you know, I as well as other brothers should definitely be out here explaining that to people, explaining the concept, like everything that you just said, right? All right, how we gonna tell them? We gonna tell them that right now?
No, but hold up. Let me explain. My position is not that you, because remember, a wise man who got a certain degree of wisdom should not endanger himself for food. Meaning, you're trying to, like you said, you see somebody eating feces and they're so used to eating that feces, and you're trying to tell them stop eating that feces, and you brought them something different, they continue to eat that, then that means you gotta let them eat that. Right. Now, it ain't like nobody never heard this science. It ain't like nobody never heard anything about Papa Nobis Raleigh or Moorish science.
But there's a lot. Well, there's a large form of people that have not.
Granted, but the point that I'm trying to raise is that you cannot get what I'm talking about clear in somebody's mind on a corner. I'm not giving you undivided attention regarding this matter to bring it about to make it be what it's supposed to be. So if you don't have a classroom structure and then you have a training process by which you can get this thing done, then you ain't going to get it done, because it's a training that goes involved, it's a preparation that's involved, and then there's a practice that's behind it, because if you don't demonstrate it, you just talking it. You can't talk it without living it.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying we got the tools to test the water. When you take a Zodiac Constitution into a court of law, but again, going back to that problem, that situation, how Moors referred to as Negroes could never become equal members nor citizens, is proof in their laws in the United States. We'll give you a good case. Allen versus Walkenbrown. It tells you the purpose of the 14th Amendment. People versus Sumner. That's a gun case where it tells you how the European made special laws that keep these niggas outside of that rim so that they don't mess with their civil and social equality. Their social equality was not for us. And this is where we keep getting it twisted, because we keep wanting to be a part of their work when they say, look here, you can be a part of my thing with fun and play.
But why does the devil keep us apart from the social equality?
The issue is this here. I don't need you with my social equality. When my stuff was done, it was done for me and mine alone. I don't want your kind with mine. This is why I have done what I've done with you. So the fact of the matter still remains. If we keep wanting to be a part of somebody else's social equality, that's why we ain't got nothing.
Because it's time for us to manifest our own, and there's been various outlets for that to be done and executed, and yet the people with the information, or the people who would like to have the information, are not executing properly so that the people can see those examples and then emulate or want to join to be a part and parcel of that said movement.
Sure.
That's what it is.
I agree.
So now where we at is when we have people with your knowledge of concept, you know what I'm saying, and you're able to bring those concepts clearly and concisely to me while I'm out here, I can bring it to them. See, if you do what you've been doing, I just have to do what I've been doing. But this is 125th in Lexington. That's 57,255,000 square miles of land. Or in other words, stop making us do it all by ourselves. Because there's a lot of land to cover and there's a lot of people to speak to. And so, if this brother's going to be spending the last 30 years of his life just building and studying to provide himself social, economic, and political stability, security, stabilization, and platform, there's no reason why this brother who's been doing it the same a little bit longer can't get into him and then come speak to somebody who's been doing it 3 years so that we can all come together and put the ego to the side, put the, unnecessary jealousies to the side, everything that the lower self breeds, hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, everything that harms, and we can concentrate on justice, mercy, love, and right. If the higher self breeds justice, right?
Yeah, well, we got to get to the bottom of this thing. In order for us to breed anything to get something done, when you sit at the table, you say, okay, well, what are you bringing to the table? See, everybody you got a lot of people that want to sit to the table that ain't got nothing to bring to the table. So if you want to sit at the table and you're talking about you're going to be part of the founding order, founding fathers of